let's really not sugarcoat it, right? The early years is just about them eating, sleeping, pooping, and just, all of that on repeat mode and keeping you on your toes. So every mom has a unique story, right? That is probably why there is no school for parenting, right? I love being a mother. I think it makes me proud that I can actually take care of another human being, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So, what about you?
For me, actually, the best coaching job I have ever had is being a mom. You know, um, being a health and fitness coach as my profession, I have literally learned essential basics that over the past 10 years I have tried my level best to create into habits that are easy for not only me to follow, because you have to set this, the example, but for my clients to actually embrace and understand that something as simple as your habits regarding nutrition need to just be very simple, right? The more complicated they are, the harder they are to follow. And honestly, um, how to create something like a balanced meal, for instance, is something that just many of my women who are all client who are all women, my clients, they just don't know how to do. And they don't have like their basic routines set in place, of eating just at a regular time, or of the day, or sort of like having meals at meal times. They have this tendency to like skip meals. They have all of this together unfortunately ends up with them having issues like body dysmorphia, eating disorders, and in many cases just far worse, actually, like, and this becomes their natural sort of way of dealing when it comes to food. Like food becomes the enemy. And honestly, I've realized how important it is, because children soak up like sponges everything that we do, right? Everything that we're doing. They're just watching us all the time. And for me, food, um, bad associations with food can start so early, right? They start very early. I sometimes realize that. And I understand that food isn't the enemy. I try to sort of put that true across to Zai. I just I don't overemphasize anything. I try and look at food that is good for us in a very excited way, like yay, we're gonna have avocado tonight, or like we're gonna be having sweet potato fries, like whatever. Like I just try and make it sort of like an exciting thing, because I remember that if you're a bad, confused, reward driven, restricted eater as a parent, then your children is going to be completely the same. And that's what we have we started to understand that. And food issues need to end with us as parents, so that we don't transfer these problems. I mean, we get it enough. There's enough stuff and pressure on women, especially out there, when it comes to body image. And I just think that it needs to end with us as parents and teach our kids knowledge.
So, I just say that there's a very simple line that says, your kids will 100% eat, what you eat, what your house eats, what your family eats, right? So, if you like to have, let's say, chai with biscuits, they're going to have chai with biscuits. My daughter wants her tea once in a while, and I can't say no, right? I love my tea. So, I can't be so black and white. I can't say, no, I'm going to eat, I'm going to have tea, but you just drink your milk. That just doesn't work. So, and now when they start speaking, they just want to say and they want to ask and they want to do everything on their own, right? So I think that there's just no yes and no's. It's not black and white. With nutrition, keep it simple. Don't put too much pressure. Don't be too don't be too anxious. And if you're going to have a dessert after a meal, then make a healthy dessert for your child after their meal, yeah, because they're also going to want it. I mean, you can't deny it to them. So yeah, that's what I have to say for nutrition.